All right, welcome back, everybody. You are watching the Now Morning Show right here from home. And now we're going to speak about an exciting program that is bound to make a difference. And this is a partnership between Drama Making a Difference, also known as DMAD, the U.S. Embassy, as well as the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. Joining me this morning from the U.S. Embassy is Public Affairs Officer Noreen Nalia. And joining me, who is the Commissioner of Prisons, the Deputy Commissioner of Prisons, it's Mr. Carlos Carraspe. And we're going to speak about a program by the name of Inside Out Dad. We're going to find out what that is exactly about. Good morning to my guests and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
And thank you for being with us again. It's not your first time, as we know.
No, it's not, but it may actually be my last time.
Really?
Yes, I'm relocating to the United States for my next tour in the next, well, whenever there's a direct flight and everything. So I'm in the process of returning to the United States.
Well, I do wish you the best in that. And, hopefully you can still join us at some point in, via Zoom or, one of the virtual meets.
That's anyway, true. You don't have to be in country anymore to do this, do you?
That's right. That's right. Well, let's get into the topic itself. The Inside Out Dad program. Tell us about this project that is supported by the U.S. Embassy.
So thank you again for having me. And this is a project that's close to my heart. I've mentioned in previous appearances that my background is in legal aid. I've provided, services to low-income individuals in the community back in the United States, in California. And what I noted then, and something that stayed with me, is that a lot of people who had been released from prison used to sometimes want to go back because they needed to return to that structure. They used to say, I'm out in now the public and I don't know, I can't get a job because nobody wants to give me a job. I don't have the skills to get a job and I'm stuck like this. My family's angry with me. I've broken relationships with them. This is just not a tenable situation. And they end up getting back into the same patterns of criminal behavior. So one of the things the embassy's been interested in, and something that I also personally am interested in, is that recidivism rate of them returning to prison, and how can we break that cycle of father to son, often father to son prison cycle, as well as just that I get out of prison, I have nothing to do, I end up back in the same patterns and I go back to prison, all of those cycles. And so that's Drama Making a Difference came to us with this project where they said,
right,
we're going to work with the fathers and we're going to really work with them to understand what a healthy parenting relationship is, and hopefully create those relationships, or the backbone for those relationships to break that cycle when they get out. And of course, the embassy's also been supporting programs to teach inmates work skills, like trade skills. Right. So we've taught barbering, we've taught a few other things as well to help get them to break those cycles at the same time.
And Mr. Carraspe, from the prison's point of view, what have you put in place to help support this program and give the fathers who are incarcerated the opportunity to be a part of this program?
Pleasant morning, Mr. Carey and the TTT viewers. Let me take the opportunity, first of all, on behalf of the Commissioner of Prisons and I dare say the Prison Service, to express our deepest condolences to those families who continue to lose loved ones in this time of the pandemic. And the Prison Service stands, our hopes and thoughts are with them at this time. And let me also take the opportunity to thank our officers across the many divisions who continue to do their job in a manifest way to ensure that we manage as best as we could in the cusp of this pandemic. Insofar as the DMAD program is concerned, I just want to take the opportunity to thank the U.S. Embassy as well. Since 2002, the prison has embraced our shared responsibility model of corrections, which is to engage all partners in terms of assisting in what the prison service is seeking to do with respect to the rehabilitation of our offenders and to bring about reductions in crime and crime prevention across the communities. The prison service was extremely pleased when this proposal was made, because this is a pilot project. This is the first of its kind. And we have taken the position that we are going to extend this program to the remanded inmates as well as the convicted inmates. So we have two cohorts, 12 inmates per classification, 12 remanded inmates and 12 convicted inmates. We have been very careful to select the persons who we feel all the antecedent factors, the psychological background, the welfare counseling background, because at the end of the day, the person that is paramount in this entire process is the children. So we are satisfied that all has been, in terms of our protocols, that this is a program that will benefit the children first, and then of course the inmates secondarily. And so we look forward to the program launch tomorrow, please God. And we have put all the systems in place, recognizing that we are in a pandemic. Very strict COVID protocols are in place to ensure that the program is able to run in the way that it should run and to bring the benefits that we anticipate that it will bring to our offenders.
Noreen, just to bring you back in briefly, we don't have much time again. When it comes to the launch tomorrow, what can individuals expect?
So that's a great question. And, you know, the idea is really to provide, well, it's not quite what it was. And I do want to say a huge thank you to Carlos and the prison service for accommodating the adaptation that we're having to do for COVID. So I think so we have several iterations of this program. So we're doing the training now, but we're actually doing a remodeling of the training room that will happen once it's safe for people to go in and do these kinds of projects in the prisons. But we're trying to create something that's sustainable, something that can keep going on much after this iteration of the program is over. There'll be a facility where they can continue to do this kind of training. But the idea is really to create a program wherein people are getting the sort of it's designed to serve the marginal prison community and implement like a prison-based fatherhood program. So looking at strengthening family, community connections, and reducing that rate of recidivism for them and for the prison community who've been doing such a fantastic job working with us and with DMAT on this project. And, you know, just hoping that the communities really are served by this project.
And you know, that's some exciting news there. Wish we had some more time to chat a little more about it, because I still have a bunch of questions for both you and Mr. Carraspe. But we are at the top of the hour now, so I want to thank you both for joining us this morning. Noreen Nalia, Public Affairs Officer of the U.S. Embassy. Good luck in your next move, Noreen. I want to thank you as well, Carlos Carraspe, Deputy Commissioner of Prisons, for joining us this morning. And we do wish you the very best for the Inside Out Dad program and what else is to come from it as well. Have a great morning.
Thank you very much, Carrie.
All right, we're at the top of the hour here. We're going to take a short break and come back with the second half of the show after that. Stay with us.